Welcome to Game with a Scottish accent. I'm Dantill. This is a different kind of video, guys. Now, as you can tell by the title, retro games are the topic of the day. My top 5 retro games of all time, to be precise. I will tell you what they are and most importantly why I think they're the best of all time. So without further ado, let's jump into it, guys. Now, the first one, we're going back a few years with them all. Now, the first one is Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament. Now, for you youngins out there, Micro Machines are wee totally tiny cars that I played with when I was a wee laddie, and it just happened to be made into one of the best multiplayer racing / carnage games of all freaking time. Now, Micro Machines was for the Mega Drive. Console by Sega, which was quite very popular in my youth. They made that as well as making this. Now, this game had it all, for the mini tank firing pellets at each other to F1 cars racing round the rim of a toilet seat. What set this apart from other racing titles though was the mood it put you in when playing. It wasn't a game that would ruin your day. If you lost, you would end up laughing instead. If you won, you would rip the arm mince at your pals and just trounced. It was a tough, unforgiving game, full of traps, tight corners and blind obstacles. I mean, half the battle was keeping your nut screwed on once your pal fell into the bog for the 7th time in a row. But 9 times out of 10 you were taking the plunge shortly after him because you were too busy laughing at him. I mean, this game was amazing in single player too, letting you get to grips with the tracks without the humiliation and the massive fails in front of your co-racers, but it really did shine in multiplayer. Not quite like beating your mate around a snooker table or a picnic table in a beach buggy, only for him to SKELP you off at the last minute. And a last ditch effort to save humiliation. End of the day, if you or your mates had Micro Machines for the Mega Drive, then chances are if it turned on, you were there for the long haul because it gripped you by the short and curlies and it didn't let you go for the rest of the day. Guys, game number 2, Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. This was, but it had to be in it. It had to be in it. Now, Zelda is the second RPG game that I ever played. The first one will be covered later, but you can't guess what it is. For all you out there, you know exactly what game's going to be coming last, guys. But as we know, Zelda is a princess we have to save. The game should have been called Link because that's the main character, but we'll not get into that. But this little gem for the N64 was a peach of a game between the polished combat, well thought out puzzles, the awesome art design and the brilliant story. The game had me hook, line and sinker after about 30 minutes of playing. This until about 4 hours into the game, when the 3 words that terrify all freaking Zelda players appeared on my screen. The Water Tower. I mean, this dungeon, I'm sure, was made a joke by the developers. They thought we made this perfect game. It's a gem, it's beautiful. Let's give them a swift kick in the nads by putting this freaking dungeon in it. I mean, it did that. I mean, it was underwater for a start, which was just, everybody knows, it's a nightmare being underwater in games. The movement's sluggish, it's just, you forget where you are. Never mind being in a dungeon where the tunnels change when you don't know where you actually are. It was an absolute nightmare, but in spite of that, Zelda was a masterpiece of a game and a huge part of why I'm a gamer today. Super Mario World. 4th installment in the Mario franchise, 4th main installment I would say, apart from the carts and the other stuff. By far my favourite. This is where you get Yoshi. Not only green Yoshi, but get your red Yoshi. Fireball is blue that can fly in yellowy sand clouds. All had the different abilities, all were awesome. Star Road was in this as well. Super Secret World where you go to the special Yoshis. Complete that, you go to the Star Road. Which then, you finish the 10 levels that told you at the end, in coins, that you were a great player. And that's a compliment I will be taking to the grave. Now, this game was great, it had an amazing map, which was started in Super Mario Bros. 3, and they just built upon it. And it wasn't Bowser every time you fought in the dungeons. You had the Koopa Kids to deal with, the Wizard to deal with, the stupid T-Rex things on the wheel that used to turn round to deal with. Not to mention the ghost houses, which were full of secrets. Not just for bonus levels, but to actually get you through the freaking level. Yeah, there's been pretty Mario games and they've got multiplayer now. I can't stand that though, because 2nd, 3rd, 4th player, they just get in my road. I've got a certain way of play and they just get in my way. I just end up losing heat to them. But nonetheless, it's kept me entertained and kept me coming back. I mean, even to this day, I still play Super Mario World. I have it on my Wii U Virtual Console. It's an amazing Mario game, and it still hands up. Still hands up, and it still holds up to this day. Chucky Egg. There's only a select few gamers who will recognise this word. These words, in fact. It's got a special place in my heart. Not only is it an amazing game, very first platformer that I ever played, but it's the first game that I ever played. Well, basically what you do, you jump about platforms, collecting the seeds, avoiding the blue chickens, and if you eventually got far enough into the game, that big freak chicken in the corner in the cage would come out and chase you as well. I mean, it was awesome. It was awesome. First game I played, it was on my sister's Amiga 2100. Me, my sister and my dad would sit there taking turns, avoiding the birds. It was unbelievable. I hadn't seen anything like it before. I mean, I suppose you could say that's where the seed was planted for my gaming life. Many a day was spent on the TV. The only TV in the house. 22-inch colour TV in the living room, connected to the computer with a freaking coaxial cable. That's right, I'm old. It's one of those games though that I'd never ever want to play again because I've got such fond memories, and I know if I turned it on now it would just ruin them all for me. Everybody's got a game like that, and Chucky Egg is my one. Guys, last but by no means least, this is the game where the compulsion started. This is where the obsession started. This is the one where it all began. Final Fantasy 7. Let's take a trip back in time, right? I'm in my house. My mate gives me a phone on the house phone because we never had mobiles then. I was about 2 years before I got my first mobile, which was a BT Cellnet, but that's a different story. He gives me a phone, right, mate, I just got this game called Final Fantasy, come and check it out. And I'm like, Final Fantasy? What the crap's this? Alright, well, I'll go and have a... And as I got there, and as I say, the rest is history. I ended up staying at house for 3 days. And we chalked up about 30 hours into this game every day, 3 days. We slept, we ate, we played. That was it. It had everything. Stunning graphics, perfect turn-based combat, lovable characters, and a bad guy that you didn't just want to kick his butt. You wanted to be him. He was the coolest bad guy in the game, and his massive samurai sword was testimony to that. In the moment when my in-game character actually jumped off the train in a CGI, my jaw hit the deck. It hit the deck. I mean, he was just there in CGI, and then no loading screen, no nothing. That was unheard of in 1997. I'd never seen that before in my life. It was amazing. And that got me hooked. I mean, this game is special. To this day, I've got over 400 hours of gameplay in Final Fantasy VII. Done everything in the game. Beat everything in the game. Well, except for that freaking ruby weapon, but that will have to wait for another video. Final Fantasy VII is just, not just my favourite retro game, it's still, even after 20 years, my favourite game. Alright guys, that is my top 5 retro games. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed the journey making it, but if you did enjoy it, please stick in the comments your favourite retro games. I mean, hell, stick in your top 5 retro games. And if you did enjoy it, hug your wish, scare that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, spread the word, tell your friends, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.